Is WikiLeaks the new weapon of choice for whistleblowers around the world? I'm joined from Washington by a former ethics advisor to the US Department of Justice, Jesselyn Radack. She's now with the whistleblower organization, the Government Accountability Project. So is it the new weapon of choice?
I don't know if it's the weapon of choice. Unfortunately, many see it as the weapon of necessity because right now, the safest course for any whistleblower is to leak anonymously and without any kind of meaningful whistleblower reform. It seems to be one of the only viable choices.
Well, presumably you want some sort of legal protection for whistleblowers, but what sort of protection should be afforded to somebody who has signed a confidentiality agreement either with their nation or their employer, who then decides to leak that information?
Well, interestingly, if you look, for example, at the case of Thomas Drake, an American whistleblower who is being prosecuted under the Espionage Act, ironically, the same law that the United States would like to prosecute WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange under, he went through all the proper internal channels, yet is still being held criminally to account. He blew the whistle on massive waste at the National Security Agency, and his concerns were actually validated by the Department of Defense Inspector General, yet he still faces jail time. So we would like to see whistleblower protection not just on paper, but that is actually enforced.
But presumably when you say he went through all the usual channels, he said, I am going to release this because I think this is a matter of for my conscience, and presumably was told, no, you can't. I mean, what more can you develop in terms of some sort of legal platform more than that?
Well, he actually never released anything. The government, in its hyperventilating, overblown way, is saying that he leaked classified information, but he never leaked information, and he's not charged with leaking information. He went through internal channels within his own agency, including up through the inspectors general. The problem is when the government goes around and retaliates against you in spades, you have no individual cause of action after that. And the Whistleblower Protection Enhancement Act would give more protections to national security and intelligence whistleblowers like Mr. Drake.
Okay, and just briefly, do you accept that there are some secrets that should never be divulged?
Obviously, I would never condone divulging sources and methods or troop movements or the identities of intelligence assets. Of course, there are secrets that should be kept. My concern is that under the guise of secrecy agreements and overclassification, the United States wants to keep secret illegal behavior. And this was seen very clearly in the Bush administration with the controversies involving torture and warrantless wiretapping.
Jesselyn Radack, I'm afraid we must leave it there, but thank you very much indeed for speaking to us here on Impact.